Good afternoon, Dr. Raghavi.
Good morning, everyone. Is my audio clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Audio is
you.
clear. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello. Sorry, I had some trouble in my muting and unmuting of audio video. So it's all clear now. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So how are you all doing? How's the preparation? Your assignment, exams, all of this?
I have started working on the questions and answers, ma'am, from
Okay.
the chapters itself.
Okay.
Those you have given at the end of the each chapter. I've started working on that, and at least I have not received any information about the assignments yet. So we are all looking forward to know when it's going to be rolled out.
Right. Mr. Abhishek, everything will be from the NSQ.
And ma'am, one more thing. This is Sneha. I have asked you a question in WhatsApp, and
Okay.
you have asked for the screenshot of the entire page. I have
Because you had asked me, I mean, only the questions were visible.
correct. I have
If
sent
that was
you
the
the
case, I
screenshot
was
of
not
the
able
whole
to let
page
you know.
after that.
I will revert to it. I'll check it out and
Yes.
revert to it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I was a little confused as in what regards I need to answer that question.
Ah, ah. Sure,
Okay,
I'll
ma'am.
let you know. Expecting more participants because today is going to be more of activity based.
Okay, ma'am.
So if your bandwidth supports and things are all feasible, would really appreciate you all to unmute your video so that we all can see each other. We'll wait for some more minutes because the participants count is kind of increasing.
Okay, ma'am.
Because in order to bring more of brainstorming and activity based, when we have more participants, it'll be good. So we'll wait for 3 more minutes and start. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. A big good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hey.
So glad to see all of you, at least meet all of you, not seeing.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So would anybody unmute and quickly refresh what all did we see from the beginning? What are all the topics that we covered from day one, from class 1? Anyone?
Just the first attempt at it. We did learning theories. We have done what learning is actually about. How do we so the instruction, what does instructional design mean, and then look at those parameters and details.
Okay. Quickly. Anybody else? The first benchers, any first benchers who take notes from class 1 till this class? Looking forward for more. I mean, we had 9 classes here. And the answer was just in 9 seconds. Not even 9 seconds. So, anyone? Give it a try. I only can see Ankita's face. Thank you, Ankita, for this. Sunday.
Ma'am,
All in Sunday mood, Sunday vibe. Yes, Ritu. Yes.
ma'am, in according to that, we have done like learn about instructional system, what it is, the definition. We have gone through the trends of it, like prioritization of learners, mobile learning, social learning, all those things. New learning realities we have done. We have also known about the Bloom's taxonomy of like how to use these kind of techniques in our learning, like designing the modules. We have learned about the learning hats over there, and additional self-based learnings, gamifications, these kind of things also we have done. We have learned about the interactive learning, AI, using AI into the learning methodology. And yes, ma'am.
Lovely. Super. So looking forward for more interaction. Yes, we have, we generally have more interactions from Mr. Yogesh, Mr. Nikhil, Mr. Ajay, Payal, Ms. Neha. I think all of you, let's gear up for this last session also. And who else, if I can remember, Dr. Deepthi also. All of you have been very interactive, participative. Dipali.
Ma'am, what I have said to earlier, can I add something else to that?
Yes, please.
From that, we have also learned about the Dave's taxonomy and types of like adult learning, what is neuroplasticity and learning, act of like
Correct.
pursuing something, anything, and Krathwohl's taxonomy for the effective domain, that
Correct.
reverse triangle that we have learned, like
Correct.
creating a value complex or organizing values, responding and receiving, and these readiness to learn, ma'am, mentorship. This is all what I have to add to that, what I previously said.
Yes, Ms. Neha.
Yes, ma'am. Adding on to what Ritu said, in our last class, we also spoke about assessment versus evaluation, Kirkpatrick's model, and we also did a case study on it in our last session. So that was a good learning for me. And also, as Ritu mentioned about the Bloom's taxonomy and the others as well, and also CLOPS, which is important as well, and more or less, and also the ADDIE method of the designing that we have to follow, wherein how we will be evaluating and how the designing will go. That is, I think, the most used model for instruction designing for us trainers and teachers.
Perfect. So
Good,
we had
good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes,
Dipti
Dr.
here.
Deep, yes.
Ma'am, I don't know what all you have taught. I know what I've learned.
Lovely.
So
That's a lovely
frankly,
answer.
my ID concept was very clear after attending your session.
Okay.
My seniors have told me ID is lesson plan, ID is storyboard. But then I realized ID is not just limited to that. Lesson plan and storyboard has been designed by the entire root concepts of ID. You talk about ADDIE model, you talk about Bloom's taxonomy, you talk about Kolb's learning experiential cycle. You talk about different methodologies and pedagogies, simulations and other things. I think all this has been clear. So that is the concept that got clearance to my mind.
Lovely.
And
Thank you for
it helped me in few interviews also, which I actually appeared in past month.
So nice.
So thank you so much.
That's I mean, this has made my day basically.
Thank
So
you.
this is something like a success story for me. Thank you. See, as part of the theory, I mean, we are into a diploma program where we have a proper curriculum, and we go with, go linearly according to the, the syllabus and all of this. But then, we started with the basics of instructional design, the basics of learning, then entered into the adult learning theories. Then we had this domains of learning, the taxonomies basically, and how would this learning design experience look like. How do we devise all of this learning design experience, what is trending in the market, and I know what else. We were also looking at, there are 17 instructional system design models basically. So all of it we saw. Then I mean, we saw blended learning also. Then we entered into this concept of training need analysis. From there, we started working, so started discussing on activity-based, interactions. So training need analysis, training design, I mean, the curriculum, outcome-based education, learning objectives, learning outcomes, all of this, and then, getting into training evaluation, summative, formative, all of this, assessment and evaluation. So somewhere we brought all of these, the end-to-end cycle. So today it ends up with training implementation. That is what we're going to talk about today. So implementation of the training program. So now let me share the screen. Able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So now let me ask this question before we get into this, before we get into some talking about this, at the same time, some activity based. Okay. So what comes to your mind when we say implementing? What is about implementing?
Execution.
Sorry?
It would be execution.
Training objectives.
Implementing is
Execution.
putting it into
regular
action, doing
practice.
something.
Putting into regular practice. Okay. Another
Ma'am,
answer? Sorry?
putting the learning design into life.
Learning design into life. Okay. What else?
Delivering the content.
Meeting the
Right.
training objectives and
Right, right. So what all do we have to consider when we talk about implementation? Let me ask this way.
Design and delivery. Design and
Okay.
delivery of the
Okay.
training.
Okay.
And finally, ROI and impact we'll have to measure post-training
Okay.
from start to end.
From start to end. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and whatever we want to cover before the course starts, like the pre-read material and all, how we want to do the training, the methodology.
It was a
And,
little
after the
feeble.
course-
Can you be a bit louder?
Sorry, I was saying that pre-work, like what are the things that we want to give them as a pre-study or material, all those things, the methodology of the training, the methods that we are going to use, how we are going to use, and after the session, what we are going to do, like the feedback, if there is any follow-up work, if there is any project. So the entire thing falls under implementation.
Okay.
This also includes ILT and VLT, like which type of training that I'm going to conduct, whether it is ILT or VLT. So according to that, we can also incorporate activities and, the people can, engage sort of.
Got it.
Implementation would actually mean, according to me, whatever we have planned, we put that into action. So that is
Fine.
implement.
Fine. Putting into action. Fine. So what all can we consider? what all do we consider when we talk about implementation of any training program? So one, the context and the conditions, identifying and spelling out the context and conditions for the training. Is this training on site or I mean online or blended? What criteria are we setting by the donors of the training? Which level of training is it? Is a course kind of whatever you are offering? I'm generically talking, not specifically targeting any particular training program. So is this accredited course kind of a thing? What are the implications for the design of the curriculum? How will I promote some self-care for myself as with the training? Have I actually designed my training to fit the length, the level of the training, and some group compositions also? So all these context setting, condition setting, training needs and requirements, we saw that. Yes, Mr. Sudhakar.
Ma'am, we can also include like 3 P's: purpose, process, and payoff. I mean, keeping in the mind what you want to get out of this training, we'll have to figure out and then design the program.
Perfect. So how
So
can
for
the training contribute to this? What is the overall goal of the training, keeping in mind the limits of the training, considering the duration, the trainers, how have I examined the lessons learned, the best practices about the implementation, implementation from prior experience, the observation and the research. Am I devising plans for responding to risks within the training? Have I conducted a training needs assessment properly? Have I shaped the training for the objectives, mission? Did I consult with the stakeholders? Then the trainers, facilitators, or experts, whoever is involved. Is it going to be a team? Did I synchronize my training modules to avoid some duplications, building content that complements each other? Are trainers ready, additional experts or whatever for particular sessions? How does this expert, the input of the expert, fit into the overall learning objectives? So all of these also should be considered. And we also need to talk with the participants when speaking about all of this. Have I chosen the participants appropriate for the training? Do I have diversity among participants? Have I consulted with participants in the planning phase? Do I know the background of the participants? And do I know is there any specific learning needs? What are the criteria for the selection of participants? Who sets them basically? So have I mean, do the participants have special learning requirements set by the training organizer? Then the learning objectives, and coming to learning objectives, what do the participants need to be able to know and do in order to fulfill their function of the mission, the project, whatever they are into, effectively, successfully? And have I clearly defined the learning objectives for the course, for each session, basically, for each module? Do the learning objectives match the training context, the content, the methods? Are the learning objectives appropriate to the target audience? What are their profiles, their professional experiences, their cultural backgrounds, educational backgrounds? So, yes, Mr. Seshagiri.
Yeah, one more thing is most of the time the trainer is not a domain expert, 100% domain expert, but you have a lot of people who are in the participants who will have raised questions in the domain, field. So which you need to have some domain expert come in at appropriate time for 5 minutes, 10 minutes to raise to address all these questions. So that is my point, limited
So
point.
your question is, do we need any expert advice to address all these questions?
Yes, that's right.
See, I am not, getting some questions that's new to you basically. What all we have, seen in the last sessions, is what I'm talking at. When we say curriculum content, when we say methods, when we say learning objectives, this is how we have worked. So you don't have to have experts literally for this, because training itself, is a field where we customize, we work as per the need of the people. And maybe training consultants or instructional design consultants have not much grown in terms of bringing some expertise now. I don't know what the future is waiting for us. But I think for now, we have moved from training, what do you call, trainers to instructional system designers basically now. So in that case, an instruction, whatever questions I've posed here is all about what we do as instructional designers. That's it. Yeah. So curriculum content, when we talk about, we saw all of this. All of these points are already discussed by us. I'm just putting it forth. When we implement the training program, we have to remember all of this. That's it. So curriculum content, curriculum program, do I refer to some core concepts? Is a content based on the needs assessment, the learning objectives, and participants' goals. We're trying to intersect all of this. That's what we're trying to see through this implementation of the training program. And methods. When we talk about methods, see which methods fit into the learning objectives, the target audience. Are there any sensitivity, conflicting, things in terms of culture, gender, power, whatever. So when we talk about methods, we have to remember all of these things. That's what I'm telling you. So materials, when you talk about materials, did I research properly? Yeah. Have I developed and sent out the relevant materials to the participants? Have I prepared handouts, slides, worksheets? Check if this is all properly mainstreamed and all of this. So all of these are quick hints that we have to remember as part of implementation of a training program. So these are just keys, as I told you. Now we will get into the activity. So which is this? This is going to be a new management training. Okay, new management training. So the purpose is to prepare middle level managers for their new role. Yeah. In upper management, and enhance their leadership skills. So the learning objectives have been given. The delivery also is given. What is the mode of the delivery is also given. So what I am looking from you is a role play. A quick, what do you call? Micro learning. How you all can, put this into a pocket-sized, a training, so that we present it in front of the audience here. Is this clear? Can we do this role play?
Ma'am, can you repeat once again, please?
Yeah, so you are going to develop a training. I'm not talking about the design, the delivery, or anything like that. You're going to present. You're going to be the delivery boy of this training program, basically. So you're going to deliver a training, but not a one-day training or a 1 hour course, a 1 hour seminar, but a small micro level, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever we are able to give. We will discuss that, because considering the number of participants, considering the time and all that, we will come at a conclusion as to how we can do 1 person to present, 2 persons to present, whatever. But we are literally going to have a training delivery here, delivery of a training program, which is a new management training program. Yeah?
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah. All with me? If yes, a quick thumbs up would help me because,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. So, would you mind breaking out to rooms, two different, 2 or 3, I don't know, 2 or more groups and presenting? Would that be viable, or can we have only volunteers who will actually be part of this training and have one role play? Can we do that way? What is, let us
Ma'am, I
not break
think
out. In
breakout
that
room
case, we will only
will
discuss here.
breakout room will help in discussion among everyone could participate.
Correct. But so will we have 2 groups? Can we have 2 groups presenting it? Then
Yes, I guess so.
a
Yes,
quick
ma'am.
thumbs up or a quick reply in the chat box would help me.
Chat box option is better.
Sorry, Mr. Abhishek, I couldn't get you. Okay, then shall we break into 2 rooms? 2 groups will be giving a training delivery. So we have this case here. So the case can be taken a screenshot. And I'm breaking into only 2 rooms. This time I'm not assigning automatically. Participants can choose rooms. Okay, so you can choose your own room and we will get back by 1:10.
Okay.
1:10 p.m. Yeah. Rooms opened. Quickly join the rooms.
Ma'am, how do we join?
Hi, Parul.
Join
Yes, please.
breakout room. Okay. No, I got my answer. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm not getting the link to join the breakout room.
Ma'am, where is the link, ma'am?
Sorry?
Ma'am, how to join the group?
You would have already received the
There
notification.
are 2 groups only.
There are 2 groups, so you can join whichever group you prefer.
But where is the link, ma'am? We are not.
Sorry?
We have not received the link.
No, people have
No.
received and they started joining here.
No, madam, we are, we just one group has been allocated, I suppose, because we are seeing only 19 participate in this group. So that means already it is allocated to everyone.
No, people have joined. This time, it is not automatically assigned. People are
I think
given
already
the
divided
priority
into
to
two
join.
groups.
There are 2 rooms. 2 rooms people have joined. See, just check if you've got the notification. Just get into that more menu and see if you have got any notification.
There is no notification, only in which I am. There are 14 participants, and I do not know.
No,
it
this
is
is the
room 1
main
or
screen
room
that
2.
you are into. No. You're part of the main screen now. You have not joined any group as of now. You would have got a
Okay.
notification. Maybe you would have missed it.
So
No worries.
there
I
is
will assign you,
no
Mr.
like
Yogesh.
appear like.
I will assign you. I'll assign you, Mr. Yogesh. Don't worry.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
there is one option I see. When I click on the 3 dots more, it says join breakout room, and I can.
Sorry, I'm
either
not getting you. I'm not getting you.
Sorry, when I click on the 3 dots on more, I get the option to join breakout room, and I am able to join either room 1 or 2, so people can try that.
So you're able to do it, right?
Yes.
Super. So we have only 8 participants who have not joined. Please unmute and talk to me so that I myself will allot if there's any issue
Ma'am,
in joining.
ma'am, unable to join, ma'am.
Okay, I will join you. I'll join you, not to worry.
Same issue, madam.
I will help you.
I'm unable to join, ma'am.
I have assigned everybody now. I myself am not able to see Ramesh, Mr. Ramesh.
Ma'am, he is in the group 1, but he have not joined even now.
See, that's the problem now.
Yes.
How to join? How to join?
I have sent you I am just again giving you the link. You please join. Please check. Yeah, done.
And same with Anubha, Dipali.
Yes.
Dipali, are you having any problem? There are hands raised, so let me go check into the other, both the rooms and
Yes, ma'am.
clarify their doubts.
Okay. Anubha, Dipali, Harshada, please join the groups.
Harshada, are you facing any problem? Mr. Anubhav, Harshada, Deepali, Anubha.
They are not responding.
Okay, that's okay. Mr. Yogesh, any issue?
Yeah, there was connectivity issue, madam.
Okay, so
So
you're joining
please,
back?
yes. Please take me to the room 1.
Room 1, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Miss Charu, are you joining fresh or you're out of the breakout room?
Joining fresh, ma'am.
Acha, acha. People are into some activity. They're part of the breakout rooms. So I'll assign you in a breakout room now. Hi, you are Sharma. Mr. Ajay, are you part of any group? Okay, so let's start with room 1.
Yes, ma'am. Nikhil and Ankita, please.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So, ma'am, we have thought of 3 situations that we would portray via role play for this particular for the learning objectives and the purpose of the training that has been shared with us. And Nikhil, would you be able to present, or will not be able to present, Dr. Raghavi? We have, I
So
think,
you have something to share. Okay.
Nikhil, you're there, right?
Who's going to present?
Nikhil.
Nikhil. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Nikhil.
Yes. So, Nikhil, would you be presenting the situations that we've written?
Sure. I'll quickly share my screen.
Thanks.
I think Ushaji, you have to assign. You have to allow Mr. Nikhil to present his screen.
So he has been assigned, ma'am. It just came as a pop-up message.
Done, ma'am.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes, it is, Nikhil. Thanks for sharing. So we broadly have 3 situations that we will be role-playing, and that is in context of the learning objectives that were there. So the first, where the objective of this particular training is to explain what are the responsibilities of the chief officer. It is a job shadow role play between the chief officer and the middle manager, which is the senior leader. So I hand this over to Nikhil and Ishan from the meeting, from our room.
Sandeep.
Ishan and Nikhil, if you can start with this, please.
Yeah. Hi, Ishan.
Hi, Nikhil.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good as well. How's the work?
It's doing good, but yeah, I think I have been assigned, right, to in order to assist you further. I would be needing your guidance, right, in some of the areas wherein I can understand that how you actually work as a day to day, and how do you build the strategies and all.
Perfect. So we have a upcoming strategy meet, and I'm actively working on a deck for the same. So probably you
Uh-huh.
can assist me in the same, and meanwhile
Uh-huh.
you'll have an understanding of how my work day looks like and what are a couple of my responsibilities.
Correct. So it would be, like what would be like, you can give me some brief about it so that I can do some exercises and work it around. And we can, and we can discuss it further once the meeting gets over. And then we can, discuss the summarization part and all those things, if that works.
Yeah, that works with me. So what I would request you is just have an
Sure.
understanding of how the business is working, particularly
Mm-hmm.
not just in your vertical, but have an
Yeah.
understanding of the other verticals as well.
Mm-hmm.
How the profits margins are being managed in the other businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and just come up with this little pre-work, and then we can get started with our deck preparation.
Sure. Works.
So this was a small brief of how does the chief officer help the other person understand what they're doing in terms of how they're building the strategy and what are the aspects of business that the person needs to be aware of. The second one that we have is where the chief officer has to establish authority amongst the rest of the team. So this is a discussion between the chief manager and the mid manager, talking about the dissatisfaction of distribution of sales rewards to the sales team in line with the business performance. So for this, we have Sandeep and Nikhil. Again, Sandeep is playing the mid manager and Nikhil is playing the chief officer. Sandeep and Nikhil, over to you.
Yeah, hi Nikhil. Good afternoon. Actually, I came to you regarding update the current situation regarding sales is down. So Nikhil, in the last month we have good sales output, but this month we are not going up to level. So I got to know about the team members who are coming to me for regarding distribution of sales, and even in fact rewards. Actually, he did well in the last month, but didn't get good rewards and on his target base. But what do you think about the strategy part, Nikhil? So to achieve our goals, because upcoming sales need to be increased because as our target is not achieving, and I am the manager here to represent our issues to you. And second point, Nikhil, so we have to make some strategy in regard sales rewards and some other competitive rewards and incentives. So, Nikhil, please suggest to me. So, how to manage these issues, please.
Perfect. So thanks, Sandeep, for taking it up forward to me. And I saw the mail coming across the this side of the participants, this side of a sales team. Just wanted to understand the sales target was met for this particular month, right?
Right. Actually, we have some segments, particularly uh, three or four products, which is our prime product, which is going less, and competitor is doing very well in the market. They are doing sales increase in compared to us. So, Nikhil, what I get from our sales teams, so competitor companies giving good hike in sales rewards.
Okay. So just want to understand then what is stopping us to give that hike? Is budget a constraint, or is it like the what exactly is the constraint that is coming across your way?
See, in the market scenario, that they are expanding their business. We are doing a limited areas covering. So I suggest you to enhance our capabilities. And second, our team member training development part for product learning and product awareness programs. So
So Sandeep, how many products do we have for our sales? Give me a number.
so total number, so we are around 20 product, and out of 20 we have 10 prime, which is we are leading in the market. So I'm focusing to deliver two trainings as a sales team, but they are denied to having some problem regarding some dispute in sales rewards. So only concern is that the sales rewards are not up to market. So what do you think actually, being a your chief officers, so to
Yeah, I
suggest and
understand.
give
So we have
the
20 products. Out of that, 10 are our star products, and the remaining 10, they're not doing that well, right? So
right.
what exactly is the status? So when we are selling those 10 products, is the business going down? Is the business at a threshold, just breaking even? Or do we have some traction in the profit as well?
See, for the 10 purpose, we are going using lots of customer feedback, even customer losing in the market. So actually, we depends on 10 prime product, but initially we are getting the orders from sub product as well as. But now the scenario has changed. They are only focusing our lower category product as well as, but we are not
No,
getting
I
the
want to
good.
understand the remaining 10, which are not a star or a prime products. What is the status? There can be three status. We are making a loss into it, we are making a break
Yeah,
even,
we are making
or we
loss.
are
We are
making a
making,
profit.
yes, we are making loss on it.
We are making loss of it. So what I would suggest is put a hold, put a pause on it, try to understand what is the gap that is having. Just make a market study, just make a case study of it, and let's bring it on the table. We'll have a discussion with our training team. We'll try to enhance our product and we'll take it forward. Once we are assured that our product is can be considered into
Uh,
the prime category. Okay.
yes,
So a
Nikhil,
suggestion.
what I believe products are good, but what I believe that we need to give our trainings program to our sales and some more lucrative sales reward to him, so that make to increase sales in our company.
Yeah. So Sandeep, there can be multiple aspects. When you say like the sales is not happening, it could be either our advisors are unable to sell it properly. They are not able to have a proper need analysis of the customer. There could be like our products are not able to have the features, advantages, and benefits that a customer wants, right? So
Okay.
what I need from you is a very comprehensive analysis of how it is happening from a customer perspective, from a sales agent perspective, from a product perspective. Do that
Agree.
one, and like let's pick it on a table and we'll take it forward from there.
Agree. Thank you. Thank you lots of for your guidance and guidance and your words. So we will implement in our sales team and look forward for next target and achieve our company target. We assure you to streamline these issues in upcoming days. Thank you very much, Nikhil. So please,
Thank you,
Ankita.
Sandeep.
Thank you.
Thank you. So here, the chief officer was able to establish his authority in terms of how the business is going to go forward and how the strategy for future would be decided on basis the product analysis. The third situation that we have is the chief of it's about building relationships with the team and chief officer guiding the middle manager on how these things are to be done. So the chief officer is played by Nikhil and I would be playing the middle manager who comes to the chief officer for advice on relationship management. Nikhil, I think you would have heard about the unrest among people with respect to their sales rewards. As you already know, and we have discussed that there was unprecedented decline, which was a 20% decline in business versus what we have achieved. And due to this, people are not getting the rewards that they were promised at the start of the year. So they're really very gutted about this. They're not happy at all. And every day I receive, multiple calls complaining that they don't want to continue with the organization. And this was not something that was communicated to them, that if the sales don't happen as per what was recommended, their rewards would be impacted.
Yeah, I completely understand, Ankita, and I am aligned with the dissat that is coming from the sales team. And even this was highlighted to me very much later in the time, and that's the reason it is not being streamlined and aligned properly. So
Nikhil, it is becoming very difficult for me to manage the entire team because it's not just one person or two people. It's all 20 of them that are impacted. Every day I get so many calls and everybody's complaining. It is getting very difficult for me to manage the team at this point in time.
So Ankita, did the HR address this concern and have an interaction with our team?
Yes, Nikhil, the HR has interacted with the team. However, this was a business decision. So at the end of the day, the HR is also turning back to me to say from what business aspect can we explain it. And honestly, this is also putting me under a lot of distress. And I don't think I can continue for a very long time under these circumstances.
Okay, you don't need to worry on it. Let's do one thing. Let's plan a meeting with all the sales team on the coming Monday. Let's
Okay.
book my time from 12 to 1. I'll spend the time on the floor. I'll interact with most of them, and we'll try to streamline the reward. Though it will take some time. It might take
Nikhil, do you think that putting up very transparently and fairly putting up what the business performance has looked like and why their rewards have been impacted, do you think that that would be able to solve for a problem and giving them a future perspective of things? Do you think because right now the way their questions are pouring in, it's becoming very, very, very difficult for me.
Yeah. So Ankita, see, there are two things. One is like we have promised them something that we'll be providing them, right? Now business is not in a condition that we can provide the rewards that is there. So affirmation needs to be given to them that whatever has been promised will come to them. Probably not now, but sometime later in time. So because of that only, I want to interact with the team, number one. And number two, since like they are demotivated, they don't want to come and show up and do the work. So we'll try to have some kind of an engagement, some kind of a thing which is in a considering our budget constraints, so that even they feel motivated. We'll spend some time with them as well. So these are the two areas we'll try to work on, and we'll see if we can get any kind of attraction.
Sure, Nikhil, I will have a word with the team and then I'll come back to you on this. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that sums up our role plays for the learning design that we have to create.
Good one, Ankita and team. Over to room 2 quickly, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Parul, you're here. to Jugal. Jugal.
Deepti, I'll request you to just set the context and then we'll start.
Okay. So, ma'am, we were a little confused in the beginning.
I understood from your faces. If your perspective is different, also no problem. Please present it. I mean, whatever you have prepared, you present it.
So what we have
What happened, Dr. Ravi, basically, I think rather than,
go ahead, Jugal.
yeah, sorry. So rather than preparing the role play, I think the kind of a discussion which we were actually having, we were trying to understand the situation, and then we tried creating a small, maybe a situation-based discussion. And then we were trying to understand that how we can leverage that situation to prepare a complete training program for those sort of a managers, like who are actually coming up the ladder. So the person like who's already a part of the organization and they are getting into a senior managerial role position, or maybe getting into the shoes of a senior management, then how he is actually aligned to the business goals while understanding the KRAs or the vision of that particular chief officer who is actually driving the particular department or a BAU. So once he will be understanding the BU responsibilities, then only he will be coming up the curve. Apart from that, he would also face a lot of challenges like when he will be getting into the senior manager role. Because there could be a situation, let's say if a manager was actually competing for getting a promotion. So then there were a lot of peers like who were actually the competitors. Now there could be a position that the person will actually start leading that particular team. So there may be a conflict management, decision making, different sort of a leadership styles will come into picture. So the training program or maybe the kind of a journey which we really need to prepare that particular for that person will definitely be requiring ILT sessions along with the coaching interventions. So that sort of a thing like we discussed and we were actually trying to understand, but somewhere we were not having that sort of a thing that okay, we wanted to play a role and then start demonstrating it. Yeah, Dipti and Parul, you can add.
So, ma'am, during the ILT, our suggestion was since these people are getting promoted, we will give them a basic conceptual idea about the concepts that is interpersonal skills, their different leadership styles, especially focusing on situational leadership. Then we'll talk about EI, that is Daniel Goleman model, with some self-assessment tools. Delegation skills, because they are no more in the individual contributor role, they are going to handle a team, where we'll actually make an emphasis on skill will matrix. Then conflict management, because their peer group will become the reportees, so they might be facing some kind of conflict, and how they can be a better in handling those different conflict. Coming to Thomas Kilman model and understanding their own conflict management style. Then touching the base on communication skills, listening skills, and also talking about different ego states, because that is where they will be able to handle that. Once this kind of a training module has been delivered, post that, there will be one-to-one coaching from the coaches, understanding the implementation of this particular skills, helping them in the real situations. How are they helping? Where are they finding some kind of a problem? If they try to experience it, did they fall back? If they fall back, what was the situation? Understanding. So those kind of a thing is that we are going to now this coaching part we are going to do it through a role play.
Fair enough.
Here, and this will be the entire training approach that we actually designed. And in coaching, we are going to, there will be two types of coaching that we will be mainly going for. Jugal, you have to explain those big mouth coach and nut bolt
Yeah,
coach.
so maybe I think different sort of a coaching styles can be acquired over here because when a person is actually moving up, he sometimes really need to understand that how he can play a team player role because he cannot have just only authority, and with that authority he cannot go and then start instructing the team. Then he will not receive the acceptance, and then the business goals will not be met. There will be frictions, there will be conflicts, and then the team will not be able to perform the way ideally the chief officer or maybe the department is actually expecting out of them. So the kind of a leadership, apart from the leadership styles, we will also try to make him become a good coach. So maybe sometimes we can make him a big mouth coach. Sometimes he can play like a nut bolt coach, and then breaking down those problems which the department is actually trying to understand and identify, and then as a team player he can work upon.
We'll start with the role play for the coaching, ma'am. Right? Me, Parul, and Jugal will be playing the role. Okay.
Do we really want to? Because I think we did not.
We'll do it. We'll do it extempo. We can do it.
Or maybe I think Dr. Raghavi, if you have understood the concept, or because I think we actually did not decide that who will be playing that, what sort of a role. So we were just thinking, and maybe I think when we saw the group one presenting this particular manner, then I think we were just trying to have a parallel conversation that who was going to make what kind of a
Nothing
role.
wrong about it. That was a different way of approach, and yours is a different way of approach. Nothing wrong about it. As I always say, there's no right and wrong answer. What we're all doing is some brainstorming, and especially when it comes to activities like this, we're only trying to see different perspectives through this. That's it. Not to worry at all. Yeah. In fact, the way, the points you brought out are all completely I mean, good and welcoming one, no doubt about it. So would you mind presenting? I mean, doing a role play, or else no worries.
Let's do it. It's an experience. I feel let's do
No,
it.
it will be, but see, who is going to be what? Like, do you want me to become a manager? I am okay to do it. Or do you want to?
See, what we can do is we can be what we decided we will do the same way. Okay.
Sure.
And you come up with the situation, and I'll try to respond. Me and Parul will be there together. Okay. And I'll try to respond, and maybe Parul can intervene also and add something on it. I'll play the role of COO. Parul can be the coach, or Parul can be COO. I can be the coach. Either way, but situation लानी तो तुम्हें ही है भैया.
Yes, please, quickly.
Okay, fine. Hi Dipti, very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jugal. How are you doing?
Good, good. So I think first of all, I really would like to thank you that you showed that sort of a trust and a belief in me and giving me that sort of a position. But before I think I should start working along with my team, I really wanted to understand your expectation, that what kind of an expectation you have, because I also need to understand that how I am going to be beneficial to the organization and how can I play a kind of a role which will help the overall department to achieve our vision.
So, Jugal, you actually deserve what you've got. So, you were the best that you have showed your performance in last few years. You have to be the same person, and you don't have to change yourself. Your roles have changed, but individually you are the same person. Yes, you might be able to come up with. You have already undergone the training, and you know that there will be some kind of a leadership skills and other things that would be there, and you have to display them. You have to start moving from a doer to a delegator role. You know about the vision and mission of the company. You've been with the company from last 7 years now, so I don't have to tell you about that. It's just that we have to work forward and get the maximum. Right now, the company is at 1,500 crore this thing turnover, and we are actually looking forward for 10% growth in the first quarter, and that is where the forecast is coming from. Not the entire growth has to come from your team, but yes, your team will also play a role in that. So you have to ensure that things are working in that particular way. Are you facing any kind of a dilemma or any challenges, or you're forecasting something on those lines? You're free to ask.
Not exactly, I would be calling it as a dilemma, but yeah, maybe I think the point which you just try to call out over here, that I am supposed to start delegation of the work. So before delegating any work to my peer or maybe the team members with whom actually I was working along, so I know that there are a couple of critical charters are there, correct? So when we talk about like at the organization level, the charter is already there in place. But if I really would like to pick up maybe an AI from that charter, or maybe delegating that particular kind of a work to someone in my team itself, I really want to have maybe a better time management. So I am facing a little challenge over here because earlier as an individual contributor, I was taking care of only couple of sites. But now when the new partners will be coming into my kitty, I will be having more sites. And then I need to manage a complete team, which I was not doing earlier. So whatever AIs we were picking up from the big charters, we were actually working along with the interdependent bodies and then delivering those AIs. And with the help of like completion of those tasks, we were yielding the kind of a result in the output. But looking at the current condition, I'm sure I think it would be really great if someone can give me those sort of an, I would not say instruction, but yeah, a little bit of direction will definitely be needed over here.
So I'll give
So
you two mantras of this. They will help you everywhere. First mantra. Appreciate your team in public. Share any kind of a feedback one-to-one in a closed camp. Never talk to your team member or never put them down on their work in public. That is the first mantra. Always bind this up. But whenever there is an appreciation, it has to be done in front of everyone. Okay. Now, coming to the second mantra. When you're delegating, remember that skill will matrix. Not every delegation has to be guided or directed. There will be different kind of a potential that you will have within your team. So in some cases, you have to give them the authority. They will do it on their own. You just have to tell the work, and the work will be delivered. In some cases, you might have to become a guide to get the work done. In some cases, you might have to give direction. So that is where you have to figure out different team members, and your mode of communication will differ from person to person. And I'm very sure, Jugal, you will be able to do it. Your time management and you're good in time management. You have been under my supervision for last 7 years. I know you write down everything. You use a nice diary. You put the pointers. I never had to follow up for some work from you. Train your people accordingly and make them the better jugal, another jugal of the company, and it will make wonders for your team. And I think that's good enough. All the best.
thanks for the suggestion, Dipti. But I think it would be great. I'm sure I think we must have certain programs available for when MLM is actually moving into an SLM kind of a role. So I would appreciate if you can guide me that what sort of a program we have, maybe who will be the learning coordinator, or maybe with whom I can reach out to, so that I can start maybe aligning myself for those programs. Or maybe if there is something like which I can assign as a self-learning, or maybe if there are some workshops are there in the organization which can give me certain indications, some directions, so that I can start acquiring those learnings and then start putting into my daily or daily chores or in the task assignments what I am going to do with my team.
Sure. Parul will be the one single point of contact for you. She is the assigned coach for you. And she will be there whenever you have any kind of. I'm always there for sure. But if any kind of a thing that you want to discuss or anything you want to do, she would be there. And she's designed a beautiful program as well. Your part of the program has been already attended by you. And the further part, then she is going to take it further. So she is the one who would be there. So over to Parul.
Okay, thank you, Deepti. And congratulations, Jugal, for being selected as a high performer and for this future responsibility. Great, the organization considers you, capable for handling more responsibility. So, as I was hearing Deepti, and what I'm able to sense from your discussion, that you're going for the future for this role, and more responsibility doesn't mean that you stretch yourself way too much. So it's very important that you also make a list of things that you do not want to do, right? And you're getting into the leadership role, meaning that it's time that you even uh, groom your fellow colleagues for the role that you will be leaving. And how do you plan to do that? well, you will have to take out those things that they can do and build that relationship. So there are a lot of things that we can work on, respect to your concerns. Definitely, there are training programs which we have. So what I would like to propose here is some of the programs that we can work on in terms of building a relationship. I think that's one of the key area that you're talking about is on the relationship, and things that probably will help you will be starting from the heart. So we're going to work on that heart bit, which is from the emotional intelligence bit. And through emotional intelligence, we'll also try and understand the conflict management bit. So we'll move on the conflict management. Then moving on to the aspect of, you can say, prioritization, your organization skills, the usage of skill will matrix in terms of improving your delegation, and how in all of this you can bring your influencing, the charm of influencing, rather than pushing too much of authority, which you're bringing is more, is something that is bothering you at this point in time, that maybe that authority that I'm going to bring onto the table, it may make your fellow colleagues feel a little upset. So how do I manage that situation? And we'll also work on your how in this coaching, we'll learn on how do we plan to do the how Jugal wants to keep his A game up. Deepthi has a lot of high hopes on you. So definitely those hopes are there, and she's been stressing one point, that she doesn't want you to change. So what is there in you, Jugal, that is amazing? And I think you are the brand ambassador of that. That needs to come out loud. What are you amazing about? And what things that are worrying you, we'll work on that in our one-on-one session. We will have on a weekly basis a discussion wherein you're going to share with me the journey. Every day you have to take out time in your self investment, in your self building, and probably that journaling has to be done. And we'll discuss on the strengths, how do we can strengthen the strength, and what we can do to manage the weaknesses.
Parul, I guess I just received the message. It
No, no,
seems
I'm back.
he was out, but then it's over. She did everything now.
Okay, did I miss
No
out on
problem.
everything?
Thank
Sorry.
Thank you for
Because
this. I already got notification from NHQ that we're exceeding the time. I was a little patient because this is a little time taking only. Though we managed to put everything into one screen, 1.5 hours with so many participants. Yes, I think you all did a great job. No doubt about it. A big applause from my side to all the active participants. And of course, the silent listeners of this forum also. This 90th batch has been, comparatively, very good. What do you say? See, we meet, previously it was physical offline contact classes, physical setups, wherein every chapter used to have their own participants. But one good thing about this is it's pan-India. It's pan-India networking for all of you. And for us also, it is an opportunity to meet all of you so that we, give and take many things. And from my side personally, it has been many batches now. Since about 2012, I've been taking classes for ISTD. The previous syllabus, the new syllabus, and all of this, and I've been providing guideships also, internship, guideship. Been, as I said, into different roles as part of ISTT, and especially this diploma program is very close to my heart. And every batch of participants, mean a lot to me. And I owe you great love from my side. Best wishes to all of you to get going, because this exam is nothing to you, I'm telling you. You're all part of work experience. We're all doing some adult learning here. We're not, we're learning something new and writing and all that. It is all known to us. My quick tip is that, give it your full shot when it comes to exam. And you'll be able to, crack it. That's it. Very simple. You don't have to take it to the head and feel, oh my God, exams and all that. Nothing. It's all online. Work at your own pace. Study at your own pace. Give it at your own pace. That's it. Be freaky about the exam. That's what I would say. All the best and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you,
Keep
ma'am.
rocking in your life.
This is your last lecture?
Yes.
Oh. So ID course is over?
ID is done.
Oh. That's great. I mean, it never felt like so many lectures done.
Sorry?
I mean, that is the connection that we had with you. I never felt like so many lectures done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, all the best. I think you have your next class by 2 p.m. So go ahead. All the best. Anything
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We'll miss you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we'll miss you.
Oh, same
Yes.
here. Thank you. You can mail me anytime. You can mail me
Is this
anytime.
the last session, Dr. Raghavi, that you are
Yeah.
conducting?
Yes, Jugal.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can mail me anytime. Let's keep in touch.
In exam,
Definitely,
it would be subjective questions.
Yeah,
And
they are subjective.
Online, or it has to be written, like how it
You have to write. I mean, write it. I mean, those instructions they'll give you, but it's like subjective answers only.
So mostly application-based questions. Situation.
Sorry?
Mostly situational questions.
No, I couldn't get you.
I mean, is it theoretical or situational? How it could be?
Both.
Both.
And will there be a lot of models that will be asked?
Models, though, I think, what do I say? Maybe case study based on a model, like that you can expect.
Ah, nice.
Okay.
This is only till this I can tell you. I cannot tell beyond this.
In that also, ma'am, will be working in groups.
Yeah, I mean, you will have situations, you will have cases. So maybe directly, models, explaining models are all a little. And again, adult learning, you can't expect that straight kind of a questions, right? So that way, you can be prepared in terms of giving it in your own approach. So that situational questions will play a role for you. Thank you, Sharma. Thank you, Sharma. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.